Basically, hope what you leave with today is that the only pizza that you can't make is the pizza you haven't figured out to make yet. Like your imagination is the only thing stopping you. So once you know a basic dough recipe, you can put anything you want. Pizza was invented because it was what they could make with hardly anything, right? Flour, a little bit of olive oil, yeast, and whatever you had in the kitchen that was spoiling, essentially, you threw it on there. You had some tomatoes, you put it on. You had some peppers, you threw it on. Margherita, the pizza that we're going to make tonight, is, does anyone know the history of that pizza? Where it comes from and why it's called margherita? Queen Isabella of Spain, was touring around Italy in her day, and she went to visit Naples, and one of the pizza makers there wanted to sort of present her with something that was truly a representation of Italy. So he created a pizza that had the colors of the Italian flag, red, green, right? So that, and white, that's why the pizza is those colors. And he called it a margherita because she tried it and loved it. So, and ever since then, it's a margherita. And it is the simplest pizza, hardly any ingredients. Like, it took me a long time to convince my husband to even try it. He's a Canadian boy and he wanted double cheese, pepperoni. Like, there's nothing on this pizza. How can it be good?
So when we were doing a meat pizza last night, my little nephew loves meat and loves pepperoni and sausage, but we have, from one of our other farmers markets, we had some elk, Ontario elk sausage pepperettes. And have you ever tried the elk pepperettes? They're amazing if you haven't had them before. We sliced those up and put those on a pizza, and I mean, if you like pepperoni pizza, 10 million times better. And it's very, very lean as opposed to pepperoni, which is quite fatty.
As you can see, there's actually hardly any fat in this pork. Like, people shy away from pork typically because they think it's a fatty meat. There's hardly anything coming out of this. It's really a lean.
Yeah, this pork is really, really good. And I'm not a meat connoisseur by any means.
Do you have the veggie peeler so we can put the...
Yeah.
I was kind of looking for it, but I couldn't see it there.
You need me to shave it in?
Come on over.
All right.
So again, I'm just going to sort of eyeball the salt. All right.
Just like this?
Yep, let's go.
Are people familiar with the parsnip?
Yeah.
Do we have give them a good show? They're so pretty.
So it looks a bit like horseradish, which is, this is actually
Like a
what horseradish
carrot.
looks like. It's a carrot, but it's incredibly sweet. You can eat it raw, shaved like that in a salad, but I love it this way with, you can actually do a pasta with this too. You do fry some pancetta and then shave that into the pasta and put it on top of, into the pancetta and put it on top of pappardelle or something like a wider, basically the size of your strips of parsnip, and it is fantastic.
And parsnip and carrot soup is really incredible.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm doing I'm the vegetarian chef here, so that's why I know nothing about meat. I just check to make sure it's all good. I'm teaching a winter soup making class here in a couple weeks. And one of the things you can do when you're making soups with parsnips and carrots is if you're wanting to make a noodle soup but you don't want to use as much pasta,
oh, that's brilliant.
Shave these in a noodle form, or if you have one of those fancy peelers, it can come out in a noodle shape and you can use this as a noodle as opposed to a pasta.
That's brilliant.
That's just my little tip.
You're smart.
Thanks very much. I don't know anything about the pork, so.
And yet this was your idea.
I gotta make sure. How many people are vegetarian here? 2.
Okay, so you're really excited about this recipe.
So you're not eating this one. But see, you know.
The only meat one.
See, we have 2 out of 1. Are you vegetarian?
Nope.
So 1, 2, you're not vegetarian? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're who was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 30%.
2 out of 10. So if we'd only done vegetarian pizza.
Well, no, 3 out of 10 you are as well.
I'm not anymore.
Oh, you're not
I
anymore.
was.
I converted her.
I'm not
What was it that converted you? What were you?
Well, I did it for health reasons. I didn't do it for any other reason other than I had some digestive
Start with the other one.
issues.
Don't scrape your finger out.
So I did it for health reasons, and
But what made you switch?
well, I married a carnivore, and we got married, and I wanted an all vegetarian wedding, and everybody said over their dead body. So we did half and half. But as I got involved in the local food movement, some of you guys may know me. My husband and I run the farmers market at Young and Eglinton, and as we got more involved with our farmers, we began to learn about local food and how it's made and how it's raised. And I figured I had to know what I was talking about, so we began experimenting with food quality. And if anybody doesn't eat meat for health reasons because of how your body reacts, if you have meat that is farm raised, it's a totally other world
Yeah.
versus the commercial produced. Same with cheese, same with coffee, same with anything that is mass produced with large amounts of chemicals versus naturally made.
Or grass-fed meat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Anyway, I'll stop that.
No, stop talking. This is incredible. I just tasted it. It tastes like we put sugar in it. In fact, you'll see the recipe says sugar. Just take that out. You don't need to put any sugar.
Everyone can adjust their nose to take the...
Because the parsnip is so sweet that you really don't need to worry. I think we're good.
Good.
Okay, so that's...
If you want it sweeter, you could also do, if you don't want to do sugar, you could maybe a little maple.
Yep. But you really don't need it. It's fantastic. Okay, so that's done. So we're just going to keep that there until we're ready to roll out our pizza, which I think we're
I think we're ready to go. Now,